Hello everyone, hello my viewers, hello my students, hello my followers. I am Indrajit Paroi again in front of you in Paroi Academy. Hope all of you are well. I am also well. Today's topic is very important and crucial for everybody who want to write down programs properly or who want to be a future coder. Today, I discuss all about flowchart. In the previous video, all of you know about the algorithm, but today's video, I discuss about the flowchart. What is flowchart? What is the necessity of flowchart? The steps of flowchart, which steps indicates for which things, which step we use for which purpose, how we maintain the flow of control. All these things I discuss today one after another in a very easy and a scientific method. Flowchart is essential for everybody because this is the basic geometrical structure which indicates how we write down or finalize the output of a program, after which things we go to which things. Let's go to the discussion part of the flowchart without wasting the time. Now I discuss at first the definition of the flowchart, then which things includes under the flowchart. In the definition part, the diagrammatic representation of an algorithm is called a flowchart. So what is a flowchart? The diagrammatic representation of an algorithm is called a flowchart. In flowchart, which things we must consider or which things we can see? Number one, the steps are pictorially represented by shaped boxes. So there are many types of shapes which represent many things and with the help of which we make a flowchart or create a flowchart. Number two, the shapes of the boxes is specific for the type of operation being performed in the process. The shape of the boxes are many types of shapes and every types indicate particular one things when we make a diagram of a program. So we say the shapes of the boxes is specific for the type of operation being performed in the process. Next one, these boxes, all the boxes which we use in the flowchart are interconnected. Every boxes are interconnected through directional arrows. What are the directional arrows? There are basically four types of directional arrows: left, right, up and down. So directional arrows mainly connected the variety types of boxes which we use in the flowchart to show the running order or flow of the process. Next one, flowcharts are helpful in understanding the logic of the solutions to be implemented for complex and lengthy problems. They also help very easy finding of any flaws and bottlenecks in the process. A flowchart is a powerful business tool with proper design and construction. It communicates the steps in a process very effectively and efficiently. So these are the basic things of the flowchart or what is flowchart. Now, I discuss to you what are the advantages of flowchart. What are the advantages of the flowchart? Let's go to the answer. The advantages of the flowchart are: number one is communication. Flowcharts are the effective way. Flowcharts are the effective way of visually communicating the logic of the program to those concerned. Point number two, efficient coding. Flowcharts act as the blueprint for analysis and for writing the programs. Easy debugging. It is easier to locate an error through a flowchart. The identified error or bug can be then rectified. Next one, proper documentation. The flowcharts serve as a good documentation of the program or application workflow So all of you know about the advantages of the flowchart. Now I discuss what are the basic disadvantages of the flowchart. Everything in the world must have an advantage and everything have a disadvantages. Now let's look at disadvantages of the flowchart. So what are the disadvantages of the flowchart? Flowchart can be complex when the logic of a program is quite complicated. Drawing flowchart is a time-consuming task. Drawing a flowchart is a time-consuming task. Next one, it's difficult to alter the flowchart. Sometimes the designer needs to redraw the complete flowchart to change the logic of the flowchart or to alter the flowchart. Next one, special tools are required. Special tools are required to draw the necessary symbols. Last one is, it is just a visualization of a program. It cannot function like an actual program. Now I discuss the methods or guideline to design a flowchart. What are the basic guidelines? We must follow which guidelines to draw a flowchart or create a flowchart regarding any program. Let's go to the guidelines of a flowchart. Number one, a flowchart should always begin and end with the terminator to indicate the start point and the stop point. Point number two, the symbols should be accurately used during the designing. Point number three, the flow of control is shown using flow lines. Point number four, only one flow line should come out. From a process symbol. Point number five, only one flow line should enter a decision symbol, but only two flow lines, one for each possible answer, should leave the decision symbol. Point number six, if the flowchart becomes too complicated, it's better to use connector symbols to reduce the number of flow lines. Point number seven, it's better to avoid intersection of flow lines. So these are the basic design guidelines regarding the flowchart. Now I discuss very important things for everybody for writing a flowchart or drawing a flowchart. the things is which steps we use in flowchart for which purpose, which steps we use in drawing a flowchart for which purpose. This is the important thing. For which purpose, which steps. Let's look at the symbols and I also describe its function. First symbol. Symbol name. The first symbol is oval. First symbol is oval. What is the function of oval? It's basically used to represent the start point and the end point. So at the beginning of the flowchart we use oval, and again at the end of the flowchart, at the end of the program we use oval to indicate the end point. Next step is parallelogram. What is the function of it? It's basically used for input and output operation. It basically used for input and output operation. Next one, rectangle. The shape is rectangle. What is the function of rectangle? Rectangle basically used for processing. It's basically used for processing. And it also used for arithmetic operations and date manipulation. Arithmetic operations and date manipulations. Next step is diamond. Why we use diamond shapes? Diamond shapes basically used for decision making, and it also used to represent the operation in which there are two or three alternatives. Either they are true or false to indicate these things. Next one is arrow. There are basically four types of arrow: left, right, up, down. It indicates the flow line used to indicate the flow of the logic by connecting the symbol. And the last one is the circle. What is the function of circle? It's basically used as a page connector. At first we learn in this video the basic steps. After completing or after get awareness about these steps, then we must learn complicated steps in later video. Now I discuss diagram or flowchart by using some example with the help of the example. The first example of today's video is draw a flowchart. The heading is the draw a flowchart to input a number and display it. So simple, input a number and display the number. Draw a flowchart depending on that question. So at first we see or look at the diagram. What is the diagram? There is a start point. Which is used by oval. Then we input a number. It's indicated by input n, and it's a parallelogram. Then again we use another parallelogram. There we print n. We connected all the boxes using the down arrow. And last one is the stop point. Now I discuss you another example. What is the another example? What is the question? Draw a flowchart to input two numbers and find their sum. Let's look at this screen. What is the output? What is the flowchart? As you see, the flowchart begins with the start symbol, making the beginning of the process. In number 2, next the input-output parallelogram symbol accept two numbers by using input a, b into the variable. These are the variable a and also the variable b. from the user using input A, B. Then after that we use a rectangle symbol. Why we use rectangle symbol? We use rectangle symbol which is responsible for performing the processing. In this flowchart, we adding A and B and storing it in variable C by using C is equal to A plus B. By using C is equal to A plus B. So within the rectangle, we write down C is equal to A plus B. After that, again parallelogram where we print the result by using print C. By using print C. At last, now we end the program by using a oval which indicate the stop symbol. Our next program to draw a flowchart is accept a number, check whether it's a negative number or positive number. Whether it's a negative number or a positive number. Let's go to the flowchart. In flowchart, we use oval to indicate the start. Then we use parallelogram where we indicate input A. Then we use a diamond because there is a two part. One is yes part, another one is no part. And in the diamond, we indicate is A, we ask a question, is A greater than 0? Is A greater than 0? Because if A is greater than 0, then it's a positive number. If A is not a greater than 0, then it's a negative number. So if the condition is fulfilled, if the condition is yes, true, then we use a parallelogram where we print positive, then it goes to the end point. The arrow goes to the end point. And another way, if the condition is no, if A is not greater than 0, then we ask is A less than 0? Is A less than 0? If the condition is yes, then it print it's a negative number. By using a parallelogram. Then it goes to the end of the program point, or before the stop point. But if A is not less than 0, that means A is 0. So then it display print neutral, that means A is 0, and then it's end the program. Then we end the program by using a oval where we write down the stop. Now I goes to the next program to write down a flowchart. Our next program is draw a flowchart where we input the marks of two subjects, and display pass if the average is greater than or equal to 50. Otherwise it indicate fail. How we draw the flowchart? At first we start by using a oval. Then we draw a parallelogram where we input two numbers of two subjects. One is A, another one is B. These are the variable. So there are two variables. Then we use a rectangle where we make calculation of the average by using A plus B / 2 because there are two subjects. After that, we use a diamond shape. Inside the diamond shape, we ask is average greater than 50? If answer is yes, then within a parallelogram we print pass and we out from the program. If the condition is not yes, then it's false, that means no part, and by using a parallelogram we print fail, and then goes out from the program, or we go to the end point of the program by using a oval, and within the oval we are write down the stop or end. Now I discuss another flowchart. So what is the another flowchart of which program? The program is input a number, check whether the number is a 3-digit number or not. Input a number and check whether it's a 3-digit number or not. Now let's look at the screen for the diagram of the flowchart. We using a oval for start. Then we input a number by using a parallelogram, where we write down input A is a variable. Then we use a diamond shape, where we ask is A greater than 100 and less than 99, because in between 100 to 999 all the numbers are 3-digit number. More than 999 and less than 100, these number are not the 3-digit number, these are 2-digit and 4-digit number. So in between 100 to 999 all the numbers are 3-digit number. So within the diamond shape we make a condition, each A greater than 100 and A less than 999. If the condition is true, by using a parallelogram we display it's a 3-digit number, and then out from the program or go to the stop point. If the condition is not yes, then we go to the no part, and in no part by using a parallelogram we display not a 3-digit number, it's not a 3-digit number, and we out from the program or go to the end point of the program. Hope everybody must well. Take care of yourself. We again meet at 8 p.m. in my channel Padui Academy, and one request to everybody from Indrajit Padui: if my video liked by you and you gather some knowledge regarding the program, hope all of you must share it, subscribe it, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get the notification. And you must comment me in the comment box, or if anybody have any query, they must or they can WhatsApp me in my WhatsApp number 9564354271. Take care everybody. See you again at 8 p.m. I am Indrajit Padui in front of you in Padui Academy.